Finished a workout, and I know it just says less than a mile, but honestly, this is my second workout. Yeah, this one was 25 minutes. The first one I did was 22 minutes, and that was a interval jog run. But here's the other proof. 58 minutes run walk. I know this says indoor walk, but I always just do that. 173 calories. Well, total 268, honestly. That 173 was just this one. And got up to, for this walk, or average, 108 beats per minute. So not too bad. Good morning. Y'all tell them you had a birthday? She just had a birthday, Royals. She just turned 7 a few days ago. And we did a celebration. Today's Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. It was on Wednesday she turned 7. I can always remember Sir Olivia's birthday because her and Reagan's father have the same birthday. Can't forget it. Here I am. Good morning. Like I said, happy Friday. Last day of work, last day of school for the week. And this is our last day for the week that we have been back from vacation. So you can imagine it was a totally busy week, at least for me. And vacation spring break. So if you haven't checked out that video, that was a 3-part series before this video aired. Go back and check it out because it was Reagan and I's first mother-daughter official spring break together away out of the state. So please go check that series out. You will definitely enjoy it and see where we went. But today I am going to take you to the office. I know, going to the office on a Friday, I do not usually, but the way it worked out this week, because Monday school was out, I had to stay home with Reagan. That was the end of spring break. And then I had to stay home yesterday because I had some things to do. So we have to go 3 in the office, 3 days in the office, 2 days home. So I thought it would be a good day for you guys to come along. I've mentioned before, and it's also been a long time since I've done a day in the life with me, a day in the life as a business manager. I have mentioned before that, you know, I can't really vlog in the office like that. Like, I can give you snippets, but it's very confidential and we don't have to share. I will not be sharing a lot of information. So with that being said, I do kind of want to come in and out today with a day in a life, just to kind of tell you a little bit, because I haven't done one of these since I've actually started this job, and now I'm about 4 months in. So I do want to catch you Royals up to tell you how it's going, and now that I'm 4 months in, how it's really going as working as a business manager, and to give some insight and some tips for anybody that's in this similar type of work. But I just got through my workout, as you guys saw, and I need to go ahead and get Reagan up. It just turned 7 o'clock, so I need to get her out the bed and then start getting ready. Come on, girl. Say good morning to the Royals. Yeah, I can say good morning, really? Thank you. All right, it's 7:08. Come on and get up, please. Whoops, was about to get in the shower and I didn't tell my new Royals who I am. My name is Rokeya, also known as MsQueenRo. I am a lifestyle adventure creator. If you're interested in anything in life, career, and travel, which today we're talking about career, then you stopped at the right place. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Those of you who have stuck around with us, I really, really appreciate it. Reagan and I really, really appreciate it. Be sure you press that thumbs up to give us a like, because it definitely hurts. It definitely does not hurt. It helps our channel out really greatly. But let me go get in the shower. Here is the OOTD for the day, the outfit of the day. I'm gonna see if I can get a closer look here. I don't know how y'all young people do these mirror shots, but anyway, for one, I don't have a full-length mirror. I was gonna wear jeans today, but the older I get, the more jeans are uncomfortable. So I'm trying to move quickly today. So stretch pants it is, and a t-shirt. Here's my t-shirt. It says, beauty has own, what does it say? Skin tone. Beauty has on skin tone, something like that, melanin. So yeah, let me rock them with the Black Power shirt today. All right, I'm gonna go walk Shuri and then go fix my lunch. All done getting ready, skincare done, hair is done. I will take off the scarf when I get to the job because we gotta lay down these edges. This hair is holding on with the thin thread, but I'm holding out until next week because on Sunday, Reagan, Sherry, Olivia, and I are taking our annual mother-daughter photos and Furbaby photos. So we gotta hold this hair out for another couple of days, and then I'll probably take it out next week. Stay tuned for that video, or at least snippets. Maybe I'll do a couple of shorts, us getting our photo shoot done. Anyway, it is 8:16. I've already made my lunch, and if there is any question about waking up earlier, go ahead and do it, because I've been waking up 40 minutes earlier than usual. Number one, I think God is just waking me up earlier because I need to meditate on him. I need to pray. I need to just get my mind right to get started for the day, because I've been waking up usually around 3-4 a.m. and just it's very hard for me to go back to sleep. But thankfully, thank God, I've been waking up closer to like a little bit after 5, so closer to when I need to wake up anyway. So I said, you know what, God? Okay, fine. I hear you. Let me actually start waking up at 5:50 every day. That way, if I'm a little groggy, I can take 10 minutes to get up out the bed and be done, or be up by 6, and then get a little bit more time on the treadmill. And it's working. Not only am I getting a little bit more time on the treadmill, just a little bit to work out, but also it's 8:16 or about 8:20 now. I'm usually not done getting ready until 8:35, closer to 8:40. Now, as long as I leave the house by 8:40, I'm good, because I got to drop off Reagan. But just knowing I have this time to just like woosah for a minute, instead of us like rushing, come on Reagan, come on Reagan, come on Reagan, it definitely helps. Which goes into my conversation about being a business manager. If you are looking to be a business manager, thank you for clicking on this video, because I have some tips for you. Number one, how is like your mental state as a business manager? How do you have to get your mind right to be a business manager? What I just told you about waking up early, taking a little time to just not feel like you're rushing, helps. Number one, as a business manager, you have to maintain so many responsibilities, so many duties. Now, I'm an organized person by nature. That is my MO. But nothing says or questions your organizational skills by becoming a business manager. Now, mind you, I've run a business. I've been an entrepreneur for many years, and just coming out of full-time entrepreneurship for 4 years. So I'm able to do it. But the difference is I'm able to control the amount of work that I get as an entrepreneur, you know, who I'm kind of partnering with, who I'm kind of talking to. But when you work in corporate, you think you have your schedule ready for the day? No, ma'am. No, sir. You will have your mind right. Okay, I'm going to do this responsibility first. I'm going to do this task next. Honey, you get 5 different emails in that minute that all require your attention, that are all fires that you need to put out, that you just said, I'm gonna do this, and this task. What I've noticed with this position is you just have to prioritize what's important and what's not. Number one. Sometimes I will say that's very hard to do, because especially when you're new, you think everything's a priority. I got to answer this email. I have to talk to this person. I have to partner with this partner. And I'm still kind of a little wonky when it comes to that. But I've learned to be like, okay, I got this email. Nope, not answering that email until later on in the day. It's not a fire. Oh, this person had just pinged me to have a conversation. Okay, fine, let me answer them. But if they got 5 other questions from that one ping, excuse me, do you mind if we set a meeting up for this? Because right now I'm handling some tasks. So that's really what you have to do. You have to set boundaries. You have to be okay with saying no, which that I'm learned to do a long time ago, working in corporate or just dealing with anybody. I have no problem saying no, and people watching this video know that about me. However, you do want to make yourself look right when you're at a new job, or you want to just come off, as being a very team player. But you can't do everything, honey. You cannot. And I'm talking to myself. I cannot do everything. So with that being said, I have learned to prioritize. I have learned to say, you know what? All right, I'm gonna skim my emails real quick when I come in. Nothing's really a priority. Cool. I'll answer them when I get to it. Let me go ahead and do the task that I was already knowing that I had to do because I got to get this done by this time frame. Once that's done, okay, let me answer some emails. Maybe it's like midday. Let me answer some emails. Go ahead and so people won't think that I forgot about them. And then let me get back to the task. Now it's about 2, 3 o'clock. Let me get back to the task that I had to do before the day is over. And then let me answer some more emails before I leave for the day. That's really going to have to, what it's going to have to do. You have to figure out, working as a business manager, and honestly just working period, you got to figure out what's a priority and what's not, because that is going to help you out throughout the day. All right, and it's getting closer to 8:30. I try to leave the house by 8:30. Let's go. Y'all remember him, Royals? Everybody knows Steve Urkel, a.k.a. Jaleel White. I'm actually listening to Audible, his autobiography or his memoir, whatever you want to call it. It's interesting. Yes, you get some behind the scenes footage or some knowledge, I should say, on what happened on the Family Matters show, but just more intimately, you're actually getting the story behind Jaleel White and what happened to his career, and also some good business tips as well. So this is my current listen to on the way to work. Speaking of work, let me tell you, this is probably the closest I have ever parked near my building. And again, I'm not showing my building for security reasons, but look at this parking lot, empty. I'm usually, you see where that hedge is over there? Yeah, I'm usually parking on the other side of that hedge. So if anything, the advantage of working on a Friday, at least I get a closer parking spot. Oh, and you're probably wondering, I thought you worked uptown Rokeya, which I did with the big buildings and all. However, we have made it to work. First thing I usually do is get my water, put my lunch down, and just get my computer up and going. But I came in a, like what we call cell phone rooms, and take a look at this. I've never been in one of these before. And I didn't know it had like a little desk. So yeah, gonna have to come in here when I need some quiet time. I just want to be by myself. Cool place to be. Also, I go say hi to, which by the way, I didn't know there was gonna be many people here. It's not many, but more than what I thought was going to be in the office. But if any of my colleagues are working, I'll go and make my rounds and say hi to everybody. So I did have a couple of people that my colleagues were working, so I went to go talk to them, say hello. It is 9:40. I do have a 10 o'clock meeting that I'm going to get on. It's actually my D&I meeting. So those of you who don't know, if you watched one of my other career videos, you'll know that I was appointed in my first 30 days of employment here by my boss to work the local or the team department D&I team. He knows on my resume I had diversity and inclusion up and down my resume, so he knew I would be a good asset to it. So yeah, I'm gonna work that. I have a meeting for it, and we're planning out so quarterly we have D&I meetings where we get together as a department and just kind of talk about different subjects. And first quarter we had Black History and Women History. This is second quarter, so I think we have Earth Day, because Earth Day was a few days ago, and I think we're gonna have Pacific and Asian, and I think there's one more which I don't know, probably Memorial, probably Veterans. No, yeah, like a veteran type thing. Anyway, I don't know, but again, I can't have you guys out too much. Got to be real discreet. Now that I know there's a few people in the office, I gotta be like, oh, I can't even bring my camera. I thought it was a good day to bring my camera today because it's a Friday, but no, not really. So anyway, I gotta keep you guys discreet. Midday check. It is now 12:33. I know I said I was gonna have you Royals listen to a few snippets of the D&I call. I couldn't. We talked about some things that probably didn't need to be shared. Not to mention, I just didn't feel comfortable having this camera out when there's people behind me in the office today. So basically we just talked about some we have, like I said, our meeting coming up, our quarterly department call that's coming up, what's this, April in June. So we started the brainstorming of what we're going to talk about, and then we also needed to debrief the last one as well. So y'all could have heard it, but I just didn't feel comfortable with my camera being out. Anyway, moving on. Then I just handled emails, which I forgot. There's also something that I look at when I come in the office. Because remember I said we were talking about prioritizing earlier in the video, however you want to do it, but my priority is, because I have emails that I probably have to take care of, I gotta kind of go through that first and then see if I can skip something to just go to the task at hand. So now I'm about to go have lunch. I already did have a snack. I just had my snack, and then I had my cucumbers and tomato salad. But now I need my real lunch. I'm just gonna warm up my leftover pizza I had from last night. I wanted to come back and talk about how to become a business manager. So it's a different set of skill sets that probably will lead you to become a business manager, because I don't think there's just one skill set that can get you hired. But I will tell you the things that stood out on my resume that my manager told me when we first had a meeting, when we first got together. The things, or the skills that stood out for him was I'm organized, my communication skills, my leadership skills, mainly leadership. I will stop there, because I'm the only one on my team that actually has leadership skills. Basically, I was a manager over direct reports. And he thought that would be a great skill set for what we do, because we are business managers. Now, a lot of the other teammates, they have the communication or they have the administrative part, but I have all of that plus the management part, because the conversations I have to have with the partners that I talk to, you have to have a little bit of know-how, well, a lot of know-how, but then also a little bit of you gotta put your shoulders into it, because some of these people, the way they talk to you, oh no. And I think he felt that I can probably manage through that, which I can, because I've had to have difficult conversations with my past employees, and I've also had conversations with executives. So he can tell within the resume, and then with the interview that we had, I'm able to communicate with different sorts of people, which can help adapt to this role. And it has. So yeah, so leadership, management skills, or project management skills, that's another thing. I don't actually have technically project management skills on my resume. I never took the PMP, I never took any of that. But the fact that I have my education, of course, I have 2 degrees, my bachelor's and master's, and then I also took a Lean Sigma class. I have my green belt. He thought that was close enough to the project management, even though I haven't had like experience in a role. He was like, that's enough experience for you to manage through this position. And I think I've done pretty well. So if you have project management skill set, which actually a lot of my colleagues do, that's the main reason why I think they got hired. But I think as he kind of transitioned to the new set of employees that he's hiring, he wanted a little bit of a different kind of skill set. Leadership, communication, definitely organizational skills, because you're going to get multiple emails a day working as a business manager, and you have to be able to communicate via email, verbally, all of that going through. And then also you need to have some project management skills as well. Those are probably like the main ones. All right, so now I'm gonna go eat my pizza. We have about 20 minutes left that I am getting out of here. I'm at a good stopping point, so I'm gonna get out of here because this nail is hanging on by dear life. So thankfully, I need to go get my nails done. So we're gonna do that, and then probably gonna open my laptop again. Even though I'm probably gonna open my laptop again. Made it back home, Royals. I went to go get my nails done, did some errands, and I thought I was gonna come home and make this last part of the video for you all, and come to think about it, while I was at the nail place, totally forgot that I needed to send an email today. But we're going to multitask. I'm going to peel shrimp or take the tails off of shrimp. The last point that I want to make, just to make sure you know what you're getting into before becoming a business manager, you need to make sure you're not the one that can't give yourself some grace. What do I say that? Because you're going to run into a lot of fires that you're going to have to put out. You're going to make sure that your time management, which I forgot to bring that up too in my last point, so your skill set of time management has to be on point with this type of job, because you're going to be coming from, things are going to be coming from everywhere. Emails, fires, literal fires of your colleagues asking you questions, pings from teams, things like that. So you have to be able to juggle 5 things at once. But you do have to give yourself some grace because you can't expect to know everything right when you get started. And from what I'm told, so I am talking to myself too, you can't expect to know everything even 6 months into the role. There are people that have been, well, I'll say, from what I've been told, you really don't get a grasp on this role or this type of position until about a year in. Wow, that's a lot. So with that being said, you're going to have to give yourself some grace. One of my colleagues gave me one of the best advice that I can take in this role, because I am a perfectionist at heart. I don't like to let people down. I don't think anybody wants to let somebody down, but I really am hard on myself when my boss or my colleague is thrown for a loop because of a mistake that I made. Now, mind you, I'm still new, but still, some of the one mistake in particular I'm thinking about, it could have been avoided if I would have just done what I was supposed to do. Neither here nor there. But one piece of advice that my colleague gave me: you make that mistake, you won't ever make it again, will you? And she's right. I won't ever make that mistake again because it only took me one time. I was the type of kid, you tell me one time not to do something, call me a goody two shoes if you want, but you won't ever see me do it again because I want to be correct. I want to be accurate. I want to be quote unquote perfect. So with that being said, give yourself some grace. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to not get it at the first start of your job. It's going to take you some time. So just know, and again, talking to myself, you can't expect to be a perfectionist right when you start. Okay? Going to end the video here so that I can get dinner started. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I picked up the little one. She hungry. I think we're going to make some butter lemon shrimp dish. Instead of using pasta, though, I'm just going to use rice. But I hope you've gotten some rightful information today. If this was anything that was any of value to you, please make sure you press that thumbs up. Because like I said, it's free. It helps us out as a channel, and it gives validation for myself and other YouTubers to know that we're doing a good job so that we can continue to make videos like this for you. It doesn't take... It's a lot of work to be able to put this information in. Number one, the editing and thinking of the topics. But two, it's just, we want to make sure we're giving you the right type of information. So with that being said, please press that thumbs up. And if it tickles your fancy, go ahead and press that subscribe button as well. I am Queen Ro, and until next time.